Good afternoon from Wembley for the FA Cup final, a repeat in the 1962 final between Tottenham Hotspur and Burnley. Burnley appearing in their first final since then, and lucky to win the first FA Cup for the first time since 1914. 103 years since their one and only success in this competition, and if they can keep the likes of Christian Eriksen there quiet, they've got every chance in the world. This final being watched by billions around the world, and it is a multinational occasion. The two teams lining up now, meeting all the dignitaries, including Greg Grant, the chairman of the FA. There's the Spurs side picked by Pochettino. Harry Kane and Christian Eriksen could be the key there. James McCarthy and Eric Dyer will have really big jobs to do in that midfield area. Lamela and Son, two key wingers there for Spurs. What about Burnley? Looking to win this beautiful trophy for the first time, as I say, in 103 years. Spurs haven't won the trophy, incidentally, since 1991. Both teams yet to win major honours yet in their English management careers. And John Stutzy has gone with the same team that started that terrific result against West Ham, which got them into the Champions League. And they've got the likes of Bamford, Gerrard, Henrik and Barnes amongst the substitutes. Gerrard and Barnes, incidentally, have scored in more or less 3 or 4 of the rounds on the run this season.
Thank you for attending Wembley Stadium. Enjoy the game.
Referee today, Stuart Atwell. Big moment for him. And we're all set to go at Wembley. Burnley in the claret and blue, attacking the goal to our left. Spurs, of course, in those all white shirts, going towards the right. And Eric Dyer now for Spurs. Sir James McCarthy, Christian Eriksen. Spurs have won the Cup 7 times. Burnley the once, of course, 1914. You'd have to go back as Andre Gray tries an early shot, which goes well wide of target. Burnley's top scorer this season, 19 Premier League goals this season, and almost finding the range there with an early shot that just goes wide. Dyer now for Tottenham. On to Kane. Good play that from Spurs, but it will come for Flanagan. He's filled in terrifically well for Matt Lawton this season. He really has. Lawton's been out for a long time for injury and has missed the rest of the season, which has been a real blessing for Burnley, really, that they could call on someone of Flanagan's experience. He's played in cup finals before, in the League Cup for Liverpool, as Defoe nearly got him behind, but the ball was a little bit overhit, and Hugo Lloris was able to get on the end of it. Now Vertonghen. Now Kane. Oh, good turn away from the defender. Now Eriksen in support. Kane has continued his run. The flag is stayed down. Harry Kane! Big chance there for Spurs. Quarter of an hour nearly gone in the cup final. And Harry Kane shoots wide of the target. Big moment there for Tottenham as they look to hit first blood against the Clarets. Here's Tom Heaton, who's been a real ever-present for Burnley in that goal this season in all competitions they've played in, whether it's been League, FA Cup, League Cup or Champions League. He's been between the sticks for all of them as Gray tries another audacious attempt, but it clears Lloris's crossbar. And they're not afraid to shoot on sight, the Clarets, there's no doubt about that. Goal kick, they'll give it. Wembley, 90,000 packed in on cup final day. Sun is shining, typical beautiful cup final weather, and it's a very warm and humid afternoon. McCarthy now, good play, and Son down that far side, and tries to get defenders in behind, but Ben Mee gets it back to Heaton, and now Robertson. Only as far as Walker. Eriksen still going, decent cross, and Keane gets it back to Tom Heaton, and Burnley survive. Now Rose, half an hour of the final gone. Still Tottenham 0, Burnley 0 here at Wembley. Still Lamela. Now Hughes wins it, now Robertson. Rodriguez. And ball forward, looking towards Rashford, but Alderweireld did really well. Now Dyer, good ball over the top, Walker's onto it. A very good tackle indeed by Jay Rodriguez. That was a really good challenge there. Kyle Walker's actually played it against Burnley at Wembley in his Sheffield United days. They lost 1-0 in a playoff final in 2009 when he was a young lad coming through the ranks at Sheffield United. Ball played in towards Kane, but Flanagan got there first. Spurs having a good spell here, play here, and as we come towards the closing stages of a highly octane first half, and free kick to Spurs in a very dangerous position for Burnley. Ben Mee the culprit, and referee Atwell deciding that that was a challenge that warranted a yellow card. Looked a tad harsh from first glance, but the referee was adamant. It did look harsh. The referee was adamant, as I say. Christian Eriksen is going to take it. 5.5 minutes to half time. Yeah, an awful way now for Burnley to lose a goal. Eriksen puts it over the crossbar to the vast relief of every Burnley supporter in the land. Up until 1987, Spurs had played 6 FA Cup finals and had won all 6. It shows how good a record they've had in this final. That's a good ball around the corner to Gray. Gray tries the shot and Lloris has to just make sure that doesn't sneak in the near post, which he did. Terrific piece of goalkeeping this time. Gray hit it through, but the goalkeeper of Hugo Lloris's obvious stature wasn't going to be beaten easily at the near post, that is for sure. Stephen Defoe to take the corner. Hoists it straight in there. Rashford, oh, another good save. Keane trying to follow up. And Rodriguez, another save at the near post from Hugo Lloris. As we're going to stoppage time at the end of the first half, a little scramble there. But Burnley under the cosh as the corner comes in, and this time Lloris was very, very capable and up to the challenge. As we're now playing deep in the time of the done. In fact, referee Atwell has blown for half time. A very even first 45 minutes. Spurs had chances, Burnley have had chances, but Heaton and Lloris have been superb in the goal so far. And at half time in the FA Cup final of 2017, it's Burnley 0, Tottenham 0. Back to Wembley as we are ready for the second half. Rashford and Defoe off. Barnes and Gerrard, who's 6 goals between them in this year's FA Cup run. Come on. Burnley looking to win their first major honour since 1960. As Spurs get us underway. Burnley, of course, have not won the cup since 1902 out of 14. On the other hand, Spurs haven't won the cup since 1991. Here's Eriksen to Son. No changes from Spurs in the second half, by the way. Rose to Son. Back in there again. Lamella with a chance, and Ben Mee got a good foot in. Otherwise, there was trouble in the offing there for Burnley, as Harry Kane has been remarkably quiet in this final. His first FA Cup final, and he hasn't really performed thus far as we can work out so far. Michael Keane to Will Hughes. Oh, Son got it, but Hughes had won it back, and Snodgrass has got Gray on his way. Gray leaning in there. A chance here for Barnes. Good save. Hugo Lloris. Good move from Burnley. A little bit lucky with that through ball. Just enough pace on it. And the goalkeeper bailed Spurs out of trouble there. Good goalkeeping there by the French international. And the scoreline remains 0-0. Snodgrass with the corner. Plenty forward, including Michael Keane. Gilt edge chance for the defender. Got up practically unmarked above his marker, and wide of the target it went. Spurs survive. And here's Eriksen at the other end, well held by Heaton. Well, we're now coming up towards the halfway mark of what's been a high octane second half, but it's been given away to Rose. And then it's given away to Snodgrass, and the turn gives it away back to Rose again. This final really to and fro-ing now. And here's Son. Oh, he's done well. He's escaped the defender across the face, and B got it out. But only it's forwards Rhodes. Still Rose. Rodriguez was there. Now Gray. And now Barnes. Big chance for Barnes. Barnes' a shot, good save will reach. Barnes again! 73 minutes gone. And the breakthrough has arrived. Ashley Barnes with the goal after the first effort was saved by Lloris. Barnes wasn't going to be denied the second time. And in it went. Fourth goal in the cup this season. And it could win Burnley their first major trophy in over 50 years. They just less than 17 minutes to hang on in there, and their first trophy in 57 years will be theirs. Their first FA Cup win since 1914. As Steven Gerrard comes ambling forward for Burnley again, trying the shot, but clearing the crossbar this time. As we go into the closing stages now, Burnley have, dare I say, one hand on the FA Cup, and Ashley Barnes as the cup hero yet again for Burnley. Here's a chance now for Hughes. Oh. Only 4 minutes to go. They're still pouring men forward, looking for that killer second, and they almost did so there. Terrific shot that just goes wide of the target. For John Stutsy kicking every ball now on that far side. As the substitution is now made for Tottenham, as Dembele comes on to replace James McCarthy. Well, Burnley making another change with 4 minutes to go. Their final change, 3.5 minutes I should say. James Tarkowski will get a run out on the Wembley turf, and he replaces Ben Mee, who again hasn't put a foot wrong in his final. Well, it's going to go one of two ways now. Will Spurs equalise and take us into extra time, or will Burnley hang on in there and win, get that second goal? Remember, they haven't won this trophy since 1914. And here's Steven Gerrard, still going at the age of 35, 36, and he's going all the way. Gerrard! 2-0! A most unbelievable individual goal from the 36-year-old Liverpool-born midfielder. A great cup final goal to remember, and that could win the FA Cup for the first time in over 100 years, and their first major trophy for 57 years. Steven Gerrard is also his fourth in the FA Cup this season. His goals, that is. It's been a theme throughout this cup run. These two guys, Barnes and Gerrard, have really carried Burnley all the way to the big silverware now. Free kick. Snodgrass will not mind taking a yellow card for the team, because time has surely run out on Spurs winning another FA Cup. They've already won 7, by the way, before today. They will stay on 7. Foul on Dyer. Just seconds remain now. Here's Rose. Rose with a shot over the top. And the whistle's gone. And Burnley have done it. Tom Heaton overjoyed. And the Burnley players have done it and have avenged the defeat from 1962 when Burnley were beaten 3-1 by Tottenham. 103 years ago they beat Liverpool 1-0 in front of around 100,000 people at the old Crystal Palace Stadium. 103 years on, they've done it in nearly 95,000 at Wembley. And Tom Heaton will be a proud captain. Hails from just outside Burnley, in fact, a little town called Briarfield. And the man, and Tom Heaton, a proud man, will receive the FA Cup from Prince William, the chairman of the FA. Burnley, after 103 years, Burnley and the FA Cup are reunited at last. What a moment. A couple of local lads in that Burnley side. Jay Rodriguez being another one, who hails from the Duke Bar area of Burnley. His dad goes in the local pizza shop there, Enzo's. But it's Tom Eaton and Burnley's day, and they deserve it. And after 103 years since their first FA Cup win, they've done it again. Spurs tried but couldn't break down that stubborn Burnley defence, which was not for buckling. And Ashley Barnes and Stephen Gerrard, as they have done throughout the cup run, have done it again. So it's Burnley the cup winners. They've beaten Tottenham by 2-0 and win the FA Cup for 2017. Well, remarkable achievement, and in fact Ashley Barnes got player of the competition, but Burnley winning a trophy to go with an unbelievable season in the league, where they finished second only to Chelsea in the league. And I think the way they played this season, the club, it was really fitting that they won something. There were disappointments, of course, in the Champions League, being humiliated like the way against Barcelona, and of course their humiliating early exit from the League Cup, which it was a long time ago now, to be perfectly honest. But they've risen above those disappointments. They've done really well in the league, and in fact we've now increased the club's worth within 2 seasons now. They've achieved a goal, and that's a great news for us and for the board of directors, of course. But I think we've had a remarkable year in terms of the way we're going to blow it. We're up to 91 now in the board expectations, which can only bode well for next season. We've got a very good, capable squad now that is performing magnificently. But it's been a remarkable first season. I hope you've very much enjoyed it. We will have a go of the season compilation in the next few days for you as well, just to remind you. And then we'll be back in earnest as we place the league champions, of course, in the Charity Shield match. And again, we'll have that, just that one game that will kickstart the second season here in this career mode series. So plenty to look forward to next season as well. Let's look at elsewhere, in fact, in Europe, because in fact in England, because we haven't told you about the runners around. So Norwich went up, Villa got second place, Newcastle, Cardiff, Wolves and Sheffield Wednesday were in the playoffs. Newcastle, in point of fact, won the playoffs, so they now go through. So the 3 relegated teams from the season before are there. Preston, Barnsley and Rotherham are the teams relegated back to League One. So it's been a mixed really season for Lancashire football, with Preston, with Burnley winning we're finishing second and winning the cup, but Preston, one of their great rivals, who have played the most derby games in recent years, have sadly been relegated. But it's been a remarkable season now for Burnley. Marcus Rashford with a terrific performance. Now Michael Keane here wants to go on the transfer list, but we need to keep him sweet as well. So whether we'll let him go or not in the summer, that is a question that will have to be answered in the first episode of next season, I suppose. One of the youngsters has signed a new contract as well. But that is a real blow for Michael Keane, and for Burnley anyway, with regards to Michael Keane, because he's had a superb season for Burnley this year, and it's been remarkable really. So, but it's been a great season for Burnley. We look back, second in the league, terrific. It just counterbalances those humiliating defeats in the European Cup to Barcelona, and then that cup shocker at the start of the year to Doncaster Rovers. So it really does bode well for the future. And just to clarify, We get all these players back on loans, Ruin Ennings and 1 or 2 others. Matt Lowton has come back from injury, but I have to say John Flanagan did really well as well, and did really well. And that brings us to the end of our first season. There will be a goal of the season compilation coming out for you in the next few days. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, fantastic, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed and would like to subscribe, we don't just do FIFA videos, we do football commentaries and everything else. Please do subscribe because we need the subscribers. But thank you very much indeed for listening, for watching. From me, JB, enjoy the rest of your day, take care, and I'll see you soon. Take care, bye bye now. And now Barnes, big chance for Barnes. Barnes has shot, good save will reach, Barnes again! Steven Gerrard, still going at the age of 35, 36, and he's going all the way. Gerrard! 2-0! Burnley, after 103 years, Burnley and the FA Cup are reunited at last.